Hey everybody, this is Phoenix Down, and welcome back to Let's Play Chrono Trigger. In the last episode, we shut down the Genodome once and for all, and in today's episode, we're going to do some treasure hunting and seek out the elusive rainbow shell. Now to start this side quest, you actually need to go to 600 AD to the village of Chorus and find Toma there and talk to him. We did this before when we were doing the Hero's Grave side quest with Frog. But you talk to Toma over at the bar, the cafe, whatever you want to call it, and he'll give you the Toma Pop, or the Toma Spirits, depending on what translation you're playing, what version of the game. And you basically have to take that to his grave. And Toma was such a big shot back in the day that they actually gave him a little grave here at the West Cape, over in 1000 AD. Well, he was buried, obviously, here before then. But let's check out this tombstone here. The great adventurer Toma Levine rests here. And oh wow, he lived about another 34 years after we saw him last. But alright, Crono, let's go over here and pour some spirits on that. Pour one out for the fallen. And it's getting bright over here. And there's Toma, or Toma's ghost. Crono, long time no see. I've located the rainbow shell. Oh hey, cool. To the northwest of this cape is a large island called the Giant's Claw. You can find the shell there. So apparently he figured out where it was, but he couldn't retrieve it for some reason. They don't really go into too much detail on the whys or the hows on that one. But it's in 600 AD, we can't access it in 1000. But beware, there are many beasts about. Time to shove off. So here's like some vague death references without actually saying death or dying. You guys are a riot a minute. See ya! They didn't happen to mention that he was waiting for us for a very, very long time. But anyway, here on the West Cape, if you go behind the tombstone and talk to it, we pick up a speed tab. I'm going to give that to Chrono, actually. Yeah, this is the party I'm going to be using for the Giant's Claw. I'm going to have Chrono, Ayla, and Magus. Magus again because, well, his magic is useful and I want him to continue working on his, building up more techs. He's only got 2 more to go. So let's see, I'm gonna give a speed tab to Chrono actually in this party. He's the slowest out of the 3. This will put us all on the same speed. And I'm gonna give those 2 power tabs to Ayla to boost her attack power, since she's physically oriented for the most part. So now let's head over to the Epoch and travel back to 600 AD. So back to the past once again, to the Middle Ages. So we're back in the village of Chorus. I believe you might be able to find Toma back at the cafe. Either that or the waitress will say that he left to go search for treasure. But here's the Giant's Claw. This cave would be sealed if you did not talk to Toma, but I think there's actually a glitch where you can still access it anyway. I'm not 100% sure how to do that, if there is a trick to it. But let's enter the Giant's Claw and... oh, I recognize this music. And apparently Toma was here at some point. He's left some notes behind. Those holes! What if I jump into them on purpose? Yes! I'll start back at the beginning and... get out of Dodge. That's relevant for later. But anyway, oh, well now. It seems that we're in the Reptile's castle, the Tyranno lair. What? Why Reptile's castle here? And Mega's just like, prehistoric castle. It's like, not bad, not bad. It's not as good as my castle, but... and if you go to Azala's throne, you can actually make your characters laugh by sitting on it. It's kind of funny. Just a little side thing. Just letting your characters just kind of let it go. But anyway, so the Tyranno lair has been buried after Lavos struck it, and some of it's in actually pretty good condition. But alright, let's continue on for the dungeon. Ooh, there's some treasure here and monsters. So now we have Gigasaur and Leapers. They are weak to lightning as before. However, the Gigasaurs, if you have Ayla charm from them, you can actually steal some pretty useful gear. But alright, the Leaper should be defeated. I'm gonna wait for Ayla to do her charming, and then I'm gonna have Chrono do the confuse, as long as it was successful. And we got a ruby armor. Alright, so you don't even have to trade 10 of the 4 tradable items from prehistoric times to get your to get the ruby armor in this game. as long as you come here before doing, say, the Son of Sun side quest or whatnot. But alright, in this chest, we get a sight cap. I probably won't use that. It protects against blind, I think. But if we go over this way, there aren't any enemies down this path. Here's where we fought Nisbel too. And we come down here, and the rope is broken. Okay, well, we can't climb that way. This is a one-way trip back as you get deeper into the dungeon. This is your exit, basically. However, enemies tend to respawn a lot in this place, so when we go back this way, we're gonna have to fight these monsters again. Whoa, no? Okay. I swear it happened to me in my practice run. But if we go over this way, we have some new monsters. We got Lizardactyls. I'm gonna have Magus do his Dark Mist spell against these guys because they absorb lightning elemental attacks. So these dinosaurs have evolved a bit. They've gotten past that pesky little weakness. And we vanquished them easily enough. Alright. And Magus gained a level from that battle. Not bad. I'll take it. And continuing onwards. Push this button here, we get a save point. Go up to the dinosaur head itself and you can open it. But there's nothing back here. It's just a remnant of the past. If you hit this switch, we get monsters. We got some fossil apes. Now with these guys, Ayla can charm them, and on a rare occasion, you can actually charm some really good stuff from them. I'm gonna have Magus do Dark Mist against them both. And we got a blah 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 sword. That was weird. I'm gonna have Chrono confuse that guy after Magus hit them with the Dark Mist. Yeah, if you're out of range of their counterattacks, it's for the best, but it's tight quarters, so a little hard to avoid it all. I'm gonna have Ayla try to charm from the other fossil ape and see what I get that time. I'm really not sure what I got from that time. That was a bit of a glitch. I'm gonna wait for the charm to happen. What'd we get? And we got a Lapis. That's the more common steal from them. They rarely give you Mega Elixirs, which is really nice. As I've said before, it's the ultimate healing item in the game. Recovers HP and MP for the whole party. So you can potentially farm them from these guys, but there's a more reliable way of doing that later in the game. Alright, if you push this button... Whoa, crap, the floor opened. Hey, haven't I seen that kitty before? Okay, maybe it's the same kitty that helped us out at Ozzy's fort for all we know. I don't know, but it's basically there to tell you that, hey, you can drop down this pit. If you push this button, we got monsters. Alright, Chrono gained a level from that battle. Push that button, open this thing up. And back here, we got a power tab. I'll give that to Ayla in just a minute. Alright, let's continue on down this way. Over here, let's climb down this ladder and pick up some more treasure. We've got a full ether over here. If we go over to the other side down this way, we pick up another power tab. Alright, I'm going to give both of these to Ayla real quick. Boost your attack power quite a bit. It's up to 185. 187, nice. For not having actual weapons, that's really good. So let's continue on this way. And more apes. Alright, after that battle, I did manage to steal a Mega Elixir from one of those fossil apes, and Ayla learned a new tech, the Dino Tail. It basically it functions pretty much the same as the Frog Squash, where the lower Ayla's HP is, the more powerful the attack will be. I don't use it very often, but it's there. There are times where it can come in handy. Alright, I managed to steal another Mega Elixir from that battle, and this chest up here is partially hidden when I've missed this one the first couple times I played the game, actually. We get a blue rock. It's the third of those colored stones we can use to teach triple text to party members. This one's equipable on Magus, Luca, and Robo, I believe. Let me double check real quick. It's down here, blue rock, and yeah, invokes triple tech Omega Flare. Luca, Robo, and Magus do that one. It's pretty cool. I think I've used it once, maybe, of all the times I played the game. You know, triple techs are more for show than anything else. If we climb up this ladder, this is our way of escaping the Giant's Claw if we decide to we want to regroup, we want to bring a well, I guess we could change parties, but for whatever reason you want to leave the dungeon, that's the way you do it. See, nothing over this way. We got a treasure chest partially hidden over here with a Zodiac cape, a really nice female exclusive piece of armor. Boosts your magic defense by 10 points. I'm gonna give that to Ayla for the time being. I'll switch that out again for something more appropriate for a different encounter later on, but for now, that's good. And here we get a lapis. Been stealing a lot of those from fossil apes as well. It's a bit more common than the mega elixirs. No enemies in this screen, so let's continue on. Ah, nuts. Alright, made short work of those guys. And up here, well, we got ourselves, this is the entrance to the Tyranno lair from when we first came here. And ooh, there's something sparkly over there, but we can't get there. That dinosaur head won't open on its own. We'll have to go the long way around for that one, I guess. Let's go to the left first, and oh boy, we got apes. I'm getting really lucky with those mega elixir steals, or gifts, I suppose. Ayla's charming them to give them stuff. Anyway, we get the frenzy band here. It has a very high critical hit rate for, or a counterattack rate, I'm sorry. I think it's like 70 to 80%, and we have to fight this guy again. Almost made it to the button. It wasn't so lucky that time. Anyway, if you push these buttons, you can drop the monsters down pits, but they respawn and the holes close every time you leave the room anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, another mega elixir, and Mega's leveled up. I'm getting really lucky with the mega elixirs. Anyway, in this room we have a couple rubbles. Remember these guys from the Mountain of Woe? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch out my party a little bit to put in characters that need to learn tech points, because defeating these guys will get you 100 tech points per fight, per rubble. And you can fight these one at a time. So I'm going to switch out characters. I'll probably switch out Chrono for Marley and just use this party for that. And I will see you guys after the battles. Alright, we cleared those out, and Megas learned a new tech. He learned the Black Hole, which is basically an instant death move that affects enemies that are immediately surrounding him. It's almost worthless. I pretty much never use it. But his next tech, the final one he learns, is Dark Matter. We've seen that in action when we fought against him. We can finally have that at our disposal soon enough. So let's continue on through the Giant's Claw. Open up this egg, and a hole in the floor, of course. This area looks a little familiar. Oh yeah, this is where the Laruba villagers were held captive back in Tyranno lair. If we come up here, we've gone full circle, and we got ourselves a third power tab. If we continue on down this way, we can actually open up the skull ahead. So again, if you want to leave the dungeon, that's the way to do it. I'm going to give that power tab to, you guessed it, I'm going to give that to Ayla as well. Boost her attack power even further. Man, up to 194. Alright, her attack power is even higher than Chrono's now. Nice. Let's go back down this way. We're nearly done with the dungeon at this point. So let's go downstairs. And we're at a save point. Alright, here we go. Now what I'm going to do is, well, first I'm going to use a shelter to heal up my party. I gotta pick up a couple more of these, I'm thinking. Alright, we're at full, but now I'm going to actually change out the party. I'm going to put Megas back on the bench. And I'm going to bring in Marley for this one. I'm not too worried about her HP, but anyway, I'm going to make sure I change up my equipment a little bit, because we're going to be fighting an enemy that relies a lot on fire attacks. So I'm going to give Crono the red mail. Ayla already had, well, now I switched that out. I'm going to give Ayla back the ruby armor. And Marley I put on the red vest in advance. And I gave her a dash ring to boost her speed. She's a little slower than everyone else. I probably could have given her a speed tab, but I wanted Chrono to be faster, as fast as Ayla and Megas. So anyway, we're pretty much set up, I believe. So let's push this button and continue onwards. Get around that. So what do we have? Ooh, I'm getting some traumatic flashbacks, and holy crap, it's the Black Tyranno. He's just kind of staring at us. Boss time? He's just taunting me, I guess. Oh, I mean, if I ask if he's not interested, I'll just go along my business. Nuts! And now it's time for an epic boss battle. Against the Rust Tyranno. Alright, for this battle, I'm going to have Chrono do Luminar. I'm going to have Ayla and Marley do their dual tech, the Cube Toss. That's pretty much all I'm going to be doing. I'm not even going to bother having Marley cast haste on the party. I can defeat this guy easily enough without resorting to that. Oh, and you can also charm a red male from the Rust Tyranno, so if you, say, didn't do the Sunstone side quest yet, you haven't fought the Son of Sun, and you'd like to have all 3 party members with fire-absorbing equipment, this would be the time to do it. You can get yourself another red male this way. A lot of the bosses during the Fated Hour sequence have the different colored males as charmable items. But alright, let's do another cube toss. Even though it's technically more of a glacier. I think that's what they actually call it in the DS translation, is the glacier toss. A little more accurate. I don't know, I suppose if you look at it at an angle, it's kind of like a weird looking cube, maybe. Don't know if that's still technically a cube. I don't know why I'm going on this little tangent, but anyway, it's rinse, lather, and repeat on this guy. He does the countdown where if he gets to 0, he'll do that fire attack he does on the whole party like the Black Tyranno does. And you also notice that we have HP sap afflicted on the party already. The countdown kind of causes that to happen, so even if you used Ayla's Kiss, I believe every time he roars it would reset the HP sap effect anyway, so there's no way to avoid that pretty much. That's nothing to worry about. Just go to town with Luminaire and Cube Toss, and because of the Rust Tyranno's size, some of the tossing abilities like Ayla's the Rock Toss and like the Beast Toss that dual tech she does with Robo, those don't work on this guy. You know, the animation wouldn't work out quite right, so he's just too big for that sort of thing. So Ayla would miss, she wouldn't be able to grip him in the first place, and it'd just be a wasted attack. Alright, we're doing some pretty good damage. I believe he has about 25,000 HP, somewhere in that ballpark. But yeah, he's counting down. After the countdown and he does the fire attack, he'll also have the ability to slurp you up with his tongue and steal some of your HP by chewing on you. But we shouldn't be able to get to that point if all things go according to plan. You're swift with your button inputs and your attack power is high enough. Should be able to do a pretty good number on this guy. Alright, time for another Luminaire. The ultimate damage on all enemies. Do another Dragon Ball Z-esque attack. Here we go, we're at 1, so we're cutting it a little close here. But we should be fine. Luminaire. Alright, Chrono, do the Spirit Bomb. Gather up all that destructive energy and unleash it upon the enemy. Alright, here comes the Cube Toss. We're gonna have this guy chill out a little bit. Nice, not bad. Alright, come on, Chrono, you can do it. Whoops, too far. Luminaire. I didn't need to use a Lapis. So once again with the Luminaire. And the battle is won. Alright, we defeated him before the countdown even reached 0. So we got... And my phone just went off. That's funny. Crono leveled up, and so did Marley. And we learned a dual tech Ice Sword. I guess we just hadn't had Marley and Chrono in the same party for a while. Well done, everybody. Well done. The Rust Tyranno has been vanquished and just disappears. Far less dramatically than back in Tyranno Lair. But anyway, let's move onwards. So up here we have the rainbow shell. Alright, just sitting here in a little shaft of light. You'd think we'd be able to just climb up the mountain and like drop down from the ceiling where that light's coming in, but I guess we wouldn't know it was there. But let's just pick this up and take it with us. Pretty big. This rainbow shell can eat. Not everything is edible. Besides, it's a shell. It's practically a rock. And apparently it's also really, really heavy. Exactly. This is heavy, Doc. We won't be able to carry it. Better get some help at the castle. Okay, I guess it figures the princess would think of that. Yeah, each character has different things to say. I like Magus's reaction to it because he's just like, how drab. It's just pretty funny. But anyway, we may as well just... I guess we have to go all the way back for the dungeon, and oh, nope. The game is nice enough to warp us over to Guardia Castle right away. Skip travel. Hello, you're always welcome here. What can I do for you? Well... I get it. You want me to keep that huge shell safe here until the next century, right? I ask for the sake of Chrono. Please carry out their request. It's funny because depending on... she'll say the name of whoever's at the head of your party, and it's just really funny if you bring Magus at the head of your party, and she's just like, I ask for the sake of Magus. It's like, wait, isn't he the guy we're trying to kill? That was trying to kill us? It's just like an inconsistency kind of thing. Done! I shall obtain the shell and store it in the castle as a national treasure. Knight Captain! Yes, Majesty. Go and obtain the rainbow shell and bring it back in one piece. And be the king of the pirates. I mean, at once, sire. And there goes the Knight Captain. Thank you, Your Majesty, and Queen Leanne too, of course. Yeah, way to go, Marley. So yeah, if you go back through the Giant's Claw again for whatever reason, maybe you're just grinding up or you're trying to steal more Mega Elixirs or you forgot a treasure, if you make it all the way back to where the Rainbow Shell is, you will find the Knight Captain and Guardia soldiers there trying to lift it and carry it back. They will eventually get it there, but what impact will having the Rainbow Shell and Guardia Castle have on 1000 AD? And what about Marley's relationship with her dad? We'll find that out next time on Let's Play Chrono Trigger. This has been Phoenix Down, and I will see you guys next time.